For the both of you, how are you guys after halftime able to find some more space to shoot outside? I felt like that kind of gave you guys that push there starting in the third quarter.
I think it was just spacing and knowing where we were supposed to be on the floor, and setting good screens. Christine, our big, and Rich, and all of them, they set really good screens that allowed us to get more spacing and flow in the offense.
No, yeah, the second that our spacing was really good. Knowing that our our posts are great passers, so spacing out the floor and allowing them to go to work and go from there.
Just to both of the players, what led to the turnaround in the second half? You're down by 15 in the third quarter and storm back to win the game convincingly.
Yeah, we just didn't break. We locked in on defense, and our shot started falling, and we poured into each other. We gave each other confidence. We never let each other keep their head down long enough, and we came out victorious.
For either of y'all, teams don't come here and win very often against LSU. So what does this win mean for you all today?
This win was very huge. I mean, coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to be hard, but really going in and trusting the scout and trusting our preparation, and we knew that this win can determine whether or not we host or not. So this was big for our resume.
Any more in-person questions? Okay, we'll go into Zoom.
I guess for either the players, how was the South Carolina, was the ending of that game on y'all's mind at all, or maybe a subconscious thing with how you came out in this second half was almost completely different?
No, we take it game by game. We had to leave that game behind, and LSU was in front of us, and that's what we did. And we locked in on a new game plan, and we trusted it and came out on top. And so that's how it's going to move forward. After this, it's tournament play, so we can't dwell on the last game. We got to move on and do what we got to do to get the next win.
Coach KK just kind of talked about it, but forcing LSU to 23 turnovers today, one of the best offenses in the country. I know this has just been your presence, but continuing to evolve your defensive mind and your defensive game, how did that kind of appel you to coming back and winning this game today?
That's for me, or?
Yeah, it's for you, Coach.
Dylan, we're just doing players right now.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
But I'll answer that when it's my turn. Any other questions for these young ladies?
I do. One for both of you. Just for your final regular season game, and I know this has been such a whirlwind of a season, but for you guys to go down to Baton Rouge and beat the number 7 team in the country, what does this now put on your minds getting ready for SEC tournament play in March Madness in terms of we have competed with some of the best teams in the country. We've gone on the road now and beat some of the best teams in the country. What is it now putting on your mind to move forward with the rest of this postseason now?
I say that we could write our own destiny. Like, it's really up to us whether or not we want to win, and we know that we can compete with anybody. So going in with the mindset that we're going to start playing our best basketball come March. So going in and understanding that the games are going to get harder, but we're going to continue to get better.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing the top team since the first game of the season, so this ain't nothing new. And we played in Paris on the road, so coming in here was huge. And I think everybody's mindset for the rest of the season, especially us as a senior. For me, I didn't play last year this time, so this is just a blessing within itself. But we know that every game is important, every stop is important, every rebound, everything is important to come out and win a game. So, yeah.
Okay, what sort of momentum will this carry heading into deeper into March as you guys get into the SEC tournament and hopefully all the way straight to March Madness?
I think a sense of confidence from 1 to 15, knowing the capabilities. I told the team before the game, I said, be confident in whatever you do because you're here for a reason. And I think this momentum, this win, this road win, and this great environment is just so big going into Greenville. We know, South Carolina is the people to watch or whatever. Just know that we compete with everybody and come out on top if we all are confident with our abilities.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, go into questions in person, and then go into Zoom.
Well, Well, I mean, first of all, it was an incredible atmosphere. I expected that to be. I remember coming here 2 years ago, and I swear it was like some type of storm, and I was like, there's no way they'll have fans here, and I mean, it was sold out. So just really appreciate the love that Baton Rouge has for their team, and they created a phenomenal environment. I have a lot of respect for Kim Mulkey, and so this was a big win for me because I aspire one day to be a Final Four coach. And, and honestly, in my tenure before Texas and Oklahoma came in, I've only not beaten two teams, and that's LSU and South Carolina. So I'm working my way up.
Questions? In the back.
Coach, when you learned that Flage wouldn't be playing tonight, did that change anything about your game plan or your preparation?
No, Flage is a phenomenal player, but we have had players not play and we still lose. Alabama, Oklahoma, and we made up our mind that regardless we were going to stick to the game plan. So, no.
In the back.
Coach, what was the key to turning them over 20 times in the game?
Well, yeah, I mean, their offense is one of the best in the country, right? And our defense is one of the best in the country. So it's really what we do. I don't know of a team we hadn't turned over at a high level. So that's par for the course when you play Ole Miss women's basketball. We're going to defend. What it did, though, it allowed us to score easily on the offensive end, and that is something that has been missing. You know, we play Tennessee, we turn them over 20 times and only convert 4 points. This game, we turned them over 23 times and had 27 points. So we've been learning through our losses.
Any more in-person questions?
Coach Yo, I wanted to ask you about just the spacing offensively in the second half. I guess maybe what leads to, you guys getting jumbled up early in the game, and just talk about how your guys are able to make those adjustments at halftime when you have that opportunity to.
Well, you know what's interesting? I thought we were doing a phenomenal job getting shots. We were just missing. That's what killed us. We were missing. And then we don't really turn the ball over anyway, so 15 is plenty for us. But we just kept missing. And so I told our team, I said, you guys are just too in love with the offensive end. Let's guard, and that will give us defense. So we didn't really talk about offense because we loved the shots we were getting, but we wanted easier shots. And, you know, they're right. LSU, this is a show. So sometimes you could catch them slipping. They score. They're in the crowds and stuff. We were up on the other end, and that's something that we tried to take advantage of because we have respect for Coach Starkey and their defense and what they try to do as well.
Anyone else? Okay, let's go to Zoom questions.
Hey,
Cats.
You guys have played in a lot of these sorts of close games
Yeah.
this year against good teams, and they haven't all gone your way. What was the difference today?
You know, my word to the team was just, we're going to play with a level of joy. You know, the Grammy Award singer Angie Stone lost her life yesterday, and then I saw a video this morning of her performing in Alabama, and I'm like, man, you really did time it. We are on borrowed time. And then I looked at KK, and I saw that last year KK couldn't play in this game, and so we know what it's like to go without. And so I just told our team to play with an incredible sense of joy and gratitude because we are here and we are healthy and we have a chance to play. And for me, that's a win.
Coach, how important was defense coming down towards the end of that game? How important will defense be heading into this week with the SEC championships and then further into March? We're looking for a Final Four appearance from Ole Miss.
Well, here's the thing. On the road, you have to make layups and free throws. And I thought that we missed a good amount of free throws, but in the clutch, we made the ones that kept the advantage. And then I'll always count on our defense. I just believe in our team defensively. I know what we can do. So I felt pretty confident. I mean, now look, Anissa Morrow, Michaela Williams, they're studs. But Michaela had 25, but we were able to turn her over 6 times. That's hard to do. And I thought she had to do maybe a little bit more because Flage was out. I mean, she's capable, don't get me wrong, but defensively, that's what we do. And we practice winning time, so we know what they're going to run and how we want to attack it.
Coach, following up on Michael's question, finished the game 5 of the last 7. You finished very strong. Following the game against Texas, when you lost, you said we've got to learn to finish games. You finished the game today. What do you think led into that, and what has happened over the last couple of weeks, maybe after the Carolina loss, that you learned from that led you to win today?
Well, we didn't learn from in the Carolina loss, Brad. Like, here's the thing, we're one possession. We lose to the Big Ten champs in Southern California. We were supposed to beat them had we inbounded the ball. We're up on Texas with 2 minutes left by 8. We box out. We win that game. We tied and take the lead on UConn. We got a travel call. We were getting ready to take the lead on NC State in the 4th. And we've also come back from 19, 20 on those type teams. So really, we've been learning as we go. And it was just our time to reap.
I'll be the one to ask this question. Do you feel today gave y'all that resume for a host seat, or you still think maybe y'all need to make some noise next week?
I don't really know, because when I look at the standings, they have teams below us that are ranked. So I'm not sure how. I don't know what people think of us. What it says to me is maybe we're not as sexy as people would like us to be. But check our resume out. Our quad 1 victories, our quad 1 losses, the margins. I think we deserve it as much as anybody else. So, and here's the thing, if we do host, Oxford is going to show out. Oxford loves those type of situations. So, if we host, great. If we have to go on the road, it is what it is. Our schedule has prepared us for both.
Question?
I don't know how much you kind of look or think about these things, but this is another 10-plus win regular season conference play. How do you kind of just look back on that in terms of the work that you put in throughout your career to get you where you are today?
Well, that's funny that you said that, because I was in complete agony off of, and this is normal for coaches, off of our Texas A&M loss. And that was our second game, and I still lose sleep over it, because we would already had 10 wins, right? So this would have been our 11th. But just thinking about it, I'm incredibly grateful, especially to go out like this with this type situation. This is 4 years in a row consecutive. And when I came to Ole Miss, we had nothing. The bones were good, but as far as, what we had from an infrastructure, the internal part, we didn't have much. And so this is just a lot of commitment, believing, buy-in, lock-in, and all in from the people that are here now and the people that have been there in the past. And I just really feel like, as I've evolved too, I found the need to get people that can help take us to where we're going. And my staff, I'll put my staff against anybody in the country. I think I have a championship level staff.
Hey, Coach, you've had a lot of wins in your career at Ole Miss, but where does this? I know it's fresh.
Yeah.
Where does this one rank for you?
This one may be up there with Stanford, just because of the respect I have for Kim Mulkey and the respect I have for Tara. Those are people that I respect. Women in the game, just kicking ass, just out here, just writing their, it's this, what I like about Coach Mulkey is, she creates her own rules, and she's unapologetic about it. And I'd like to think that, I do that for myself as well. I'm a mom. I know how much she loves her grandkids. I have 2 young daughters. These are legendary coaches That's why I love being in the Southeastern Conference. When we beat Kenny Brooks, that's a Final Four coach. But I have a Final Four assistant coach, a championship assistant coach on my staff as well. So like I said, it's up there, probably with the Stanford victory, but we have a lot more basketball to go, and I do think I have a staff that has helped us do this.
Awesome.
Thank
you.
you.
Guys.
Thank you.